Welcome to the Fat Guys with Smokers podcast. I'm Mike.
And I'm John. We're a couple of overweight barbecue enthusiasts trying to share our love for sweet and smoky food with the world.
Thanks for hanging out with us as we talk about life, share recipes, successes, and failures that have all led to our love of cooking outdoors. Hey, howdy, hey. Did I go too early?
No, you nailed it.
This is like a new level of, I feel like the first time that we did this and we were all nervous, and this is like a new experience for us here.
This is.
Yeah.
And it's really throwing me off because we've got the YouTube feed
up
on the screen, which is about 30 seconds behind where we actually are.
I see. That's why I just said, hey, howdy, hey, and watched as the thing rolled off the screen thinking, oh, crap. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for tuning into our live show. I don't really know how this is going to go, John, but I'm pretty excited about it. I can tell you that much right now.
I'm pumped about it.
Yeah.
So, let's take a look here. We've got Demeron.
Yeah. Hey, howdy, hey.
Hey, howdy, hey. And 6 concurrent viewers. That's a pretty big deal.
Dude, we're famous. We're hitting it.
So did I tell you about the time that I bumped into an influencer in the public?
No.
And I don't even remember what her handle was, but she took skateboards and stripped the tape off of them, laminated, and then turned them on a lathe.
Oh. She
lived down here in Hiram, and I ran into her in Sam's Club, and she came out and she was like, "I'm Insta famous." It was like on her live because she was excited that somebody had recognized her.
Oh, right on.
So I'm hoping at some point we're
gonna be Insta famous.
Somebody that we don't know comes up to us in public and goes, "Hey, aren't you that fat guy?" And then I'm going to have all sorts of
And tears will come to our eyes,
self.
and rumbles will come to our tummies, and we will know that we've made it at that point.
There we go. I like it.
Yeah.
So, who's on? Everybody that does a live broadcast is always like, "Hey, let's do tell us where you're from." I'm hoping that we get somebody that'll comment in the chat that's like, "I'm from Germany."
Yeah.
Or
tell us where you're
cool.
from, people. Hit us up in the chat.
Yeah, drop it in there, and we'll shout you out. We're up to 8 viewers.
Dude, it's happening. The storm is coming.
The storm is coming. So while we wait for people to be brave and drop a chat in and let us know where they're at.
Yeah, don't be shy. The fun part about this is hopefully we get to interact, and it's not just us two talking, which is delightful because we're hilarious and adorable.
Yeah.
But be nice to get a little more.
Yeah. If everybody doesn't start commenting, our wives are going to start commenting, and they've already kind of told us what those questions are going to be.
And we should all be afraid.
It's a little terrifying, I'm not going to lie.
We should be afraid. What's going on here, John?
You want to talk about this now?
Did I jump it? Did I jump the shark?
No, that's just fine.
The gun?
Let's see. Oh, Demeron. Tremont, you are definitely a contender for being the furthest.
Heck yes.
Furthest from the pit here.
I just got a text. Hello from Santaquin. Our YouTube comments aren't working. So,
boom.
Thane and Amber, thanks for showing out.
There we go. Alex, how's the 500 gallons? The 500-gallon smoker is it's curing in my garage.
It's coming. It's gonna be awesome.
There we go. Utah. Mike says Brady. Brady. It's good to see your name, man. Before I screw this up, the Packers won, didn't they?
No, I didn't. Thanks for bringing it up.
You and Brady can console each other.
It was so close, and then the kicker missed the field goal.
It ended just like the Chiefs game.
It was like a repeat. It was brutal, man. And they played so well, and then at the end, they just, like, fell apart. I think it's rigged. That's what I've decided.
Yeah. So this is pretty... We've got Santaquin. We've got Salem going here. A bunch of our neighborhood friends. Thanks for being on.
Yeah.
Maverick is not sponsoring this episode. It's a really touchy subject, actually.
Yeah.
They are renovating the Maverick closest to our house, and
feelings are hurt.
That means if we want to go there, we've got to plan extra early, and we had other things in mind for tonight.
Yeah, we did. So we do have drinks. Don't worry. We do have some caffeine and bubbles. However, it was not procured at the local Maverick.
No,
sadly.
this Robbie gave me a 2-liter of Mountain Dew for Christmas.
Robbie came through in the clutch, man.
Robbie is sponsoring the libations tonight.
Yes.
So, anyways,
Robbie.
I'm excited we've got so many people on here.
Yeah, there's people. There's Clay.
Apparently there's me. Oh, that's my boys upstairs on my iPad. Hi, Clay. There we go. All right, Kelly, if you sponsor, you're buying drinks next week.
That's what I'm talking about.
So, all right, well, let's get into this, mostly because I want to get into that.
Yeah.
But first, Instagram shout out. So, Mike.
Yeah.
While I play with the live feed.
Yeah.
You want to talk to us
about Chris Stafford at Lone Mountain Barbecue?
Mr.
Is that what you're referring
Stafford,
to?
there we go.
Dude, the man, the myth, the legend. Actually, you just turned me on to this guy. I feel like I'm late to the game because he's a pretty big name. I mean, he's got pictures on his Instagram with some pretty big dudes in the barbecue world.
Yeah, let's
Texas-style barbecue in Marin County, California is what he says. He does catering. He does pop-ups. Yep. So, pretty awesome.
There we go. And he has got...
you have it up there.
That's what I'm telling you, man.
My bad, dude.
So, let me...
John and his technology savvy has really hit another level.
And this will play while we're talking, but I am a sucker for the brisket trimming videos. I feel like everybody has one, but Chris does a killer job. So, cutting off some of that hard stuff and then a big old flap. Now, I'm guessing, and if you're not doing this, man, buy a meat grinder. They're so cheap. If your wife has a KitchenAid, if you have a KitchenAid, they're like, you can get them for like $35 on Amazon that go right in there. It's nothing fancy. It'll break eventually. But all this stuff that he's trimming off in this video, you can grind down. And man, you want to talk about a good burger?
Be delicious.
Brisket trimming?
Yeah.
And most of the time you can get brisket for like $3 or $4 a pound. It's cheaper than ground beef. That you can control the fat content. It'll be killer. So
love it.
Yeah. And man, he's got beef ribs here.
Dude.
Just
look at the sausage. Like, I am surprised at how many sausage
like this one
pictures
right
he
here.
has.
Man.
Yeah.
Let's see if
Dang, Gina. Oh, he's pretty bomb.
Maybe if I shrink this down. Nope, it doesn't do that. Instagram on the computer is kind of weird, I'm not going to lie.
Well, the fact that you have it is pretty awesome, though. That's swell.
All right, well, let's go back to more of us here.
Yeah.
There we go.
Anyway, Chris Stafford, Low Mountain Barbecue. Check him out on Instagram. The man is obviously good at what he does. I'm interested in this pop-ups thing. I mean, it makes sense, but he says catering and pop-ups. Maybe just shoots it out on social media and says, hey, we're here today. Yeah. Hit us up. That's awesome.
That's exactly like that. It's like, what's the lobster roll truck or what's the other one around here that's really popular?
Corn dog truck?
Yeah, corn dog truck's pretty big.
It's a big one.
And I feel like there was one other one that was really popular for a while around here.
I don't know.
Waffle Love started that way, but they've like gone brick and mortar on us.
Yeah, now they're huge.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
All right, let's let's just get caught up here really quick. Kelly, I sponsor. I was gonna say I wonder if it's one of Kelly's.
Declan, you're writing checks that your mom's gonna have to cash, and I respect the heck out of that, man.
Nice. Yep. Somebody says it was bussin'. Did we talk about the bussin' Alfredo that my kids had the other night?
I don't know. Did we?
we went to Beehive, and I'm feeling older and older every day that I have children. But Charlie said, he's like, "Oh, I love Beehive. Their Alfredo is bussin'."
Oh yeah, you did.
I was like, "Oh my gosh, what is
dude,
this?"
Everything is bussin'. Everything's bussin' for my kids. Oh, it's bussin'.
Yeah, bussin'. And then what did Haley said something the other day? She was like laughing at me. She goes, "Yeah, that slaps." And I was like, "What? Like, what does that even mean? Do you know what that means?" I feel like that could be taken very poorly.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So, all right.
One thing I noticed on there, somebody put, and I know who this somebody is, Caitlin, said she had a client ask her where to get beef ribs here in the valley. Is there a restaurant around here that does beef ribs? I'm not aware of any.
That like barbecue beef ribs? I don't think
mean,
anybody in the valley does
yeah.
barbecue
I don't
beef
think you
ribs.
can get 'em around
You could
here.
do beef short ribs. Elements used to have them. But if you're just looking to buy beef ribs,
Yeah.
you can normally buy a plate is the term for ribs all connected. You can buy them at Costco most of the time. And then you can also find it at specialty shops. So I haven't been into Cache Valley Meats. I need to go check it out. It's where Horlockers used to be. I went into Horlockers only a couple of times, and I was not super impressed.
Yeah.
So I haven't been back since it's changed over to Cache Valley Meats.
I'll be straight with you. I am intimidated to go into a butcher shop. Like, I'm afraid that I'll walk in and they'll just be like, I know more than you, and just shut me down immediately.
You know what?
So-
I've had both experiences.
Yeah.
And I always call it the wrong thing. Is it Tires that's out there where we got
think
Irv?
I think that's how you pronounce
Is
it,
that
but
how
I
you say
could be
Tires?
wrong. Tires or Thurs or
Yeah,
something.
the first time I went out there, I just ordered a leg of pork that I cured into a ham for Thanksgiving. And I went out there and like even ordering it, like the whole thing like just made me feel incompetent. When I got Irv, like they were super cool about it, really helpful. Like they're like, "Oh, you want a scalder?" Because they scald them to get the hair and skin and stuff off of them.
And that's what they called it?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I was like, "No, I want a whole hog." And they're like, "No, it's called a scalder. Like this is how you order it. This is what you need to know."
Oh.
And I was like, "Oh,
See,
cool."
I'm all about that. Don't
And
treat me like an idiot, but know that I'm kind of an idiot about
Yeah,
this.
and I got down there and the guy's like, "What are you doing with this?" And I told him it was like he was like, "Where is it?" Like, "I'm coming." Like, and was super helpful, like really like informative, made it a friendly experience. So
That's cool.
I think you can have both.
Yeah.
And it may even be just like the time of day and
I was going to say, it depends on how that person's day is going and stuff. I've worked, like, service jobs before. I get it. But
yeah, I totally get that.
yeah.
So, so you've got that, and then Barbecue Pit Stop. They've got a.
Oh, yeah. You could probably get them there.
You've got them. You can get them there. You're gonna spend a lot of money.
Yeah, you will.
There.
You will. It'll probably be Prime or whatever the highest one is, but you will spend a lot of money for sure.
Yeah, I don't even know that it'll be Prime. It's just they are there catering to exotic barbecue cuts.
Yeah,
So it's expensive.
that's fair.
Is it Larry? Where do you get most of your meats? I get most of mine at Sam's or Costco.
That's where I go to, Sam's and Costco.
And Sam's and Costco are great. Watch the ads for Kroger because they've got killer deals. I just picked up a rib roast right around Christmas and got a whole rib roast in the bag, and I think I got like 4 steaks, a 2-bone, and a 3-bone roast. Like, got a lot there.
Right on.
Demeron, Bridgerland. Bridgerland, I've had same thing.
Can you just tour their meat? I didn't even know you could go there.
They've got a butcher shop in there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's on the south side. If you go in the south side of the South Campus.
I mean, it makes sense. I know that they teach and have like a course for meat cutting, but I didn't think they'd give you a tour. That's awesome.
And I've had mixed experiences there, but it's been a very long time since I've been there. I should go give it another shot.
Yeah, I'd be down. Take me with you.
Ever try Snake River? Larry, I've wanted to try Snake River Farms. It's just so stinking expensive. I don't know.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of good things.
Yeah, one of these days I'll do it, and I'll be bougie, and I'll be able to afford Snake River Farms. But
and it will probably be worth it and amazing, but
yeah,
I don't want to know what I'm missing out on right now.
Yep. Gabe, you are well on your way to becoming as handsome as we are.
Wow.
So,
look, this body takes work, Gabe. All right. It's not. It doesn't just happen overnight.
Man, this is so much fun. We've got 14 viewers on. Man, who would have?
We were afraid. Seriously, we were talking like, dude, what if nobody shows up?
And I told Mike, if nobody shows up, nobody will know it was bad.
Yeah, and you would have. I mean, we would have made this whole thing up. Like, so and so from Georgia says.
It's like when you go fishing.
Yeah,
like you never come home. If you have to stop at the supermarket and buy trout fillets, you come home with fish. But
that's awesome.
Let's, Mike, why don't you pull this down here?
Pull this down here?
Yeah.
All right.
And I'm going to, here we go. Everybody hold on. We're going to the phone cam.
Oh, snap.
As promised from last time, we've got some loaded tot action.
I want a full description of what's going on here, John.
All right. So, tater tots. These are actually the mini tater tots. All right.
Interesting.
Yeah. Walmart hosed me on my pickup order and gave me minis instead of
freaking pickup orders.
I know, right? And so we've got those, thawed them on the counter.
Just let them sit on the counter.
Yep.
Okay.
And I was a baby. I didn't want to go outside tonight, so I cooked them in a pan.
No judgment.
But hit them with some of our good friend Adam's Smoke Junkie, which is quickly becoming one of my favorite things. I'm going to try and
I have put it on almost everything.
Let's see.
You just freeze it? Oh,
I'm hoping so. Oh, that one all blurry. We won't do that.
We're learning a lot, folks. There's a lot going on. I feel like I'm talking away from the microphone, too.
No, you've been good so far.
I hope the sound's not out of control.
So we've got that. We've got some green onions cut up on top of there. The crema is starting to fade away. It looked a lot prettier when we...
It did. When I first got here, I was like, oh my gosh.
But anyway, so cooked the tater tots, melted cheese on them. And then we talked about doing this with brisket. I did it with ribs because that's what I had in the freezer. I had vacuum packed and frozen a half rack of ribs.
Right on.
So we'll talk about reheating frozen barbecue here in a second. Mm-hmm. But we did that. There are some ranch style beans in here. And just kind of threw it all together. I think that's everything. There's some barbecue sauce on there.
So when you say throw it together, did you just kind of cook it like a hash in your pan? Or did you like cook the tots and then layer things? You know?
I wanted this to be fancy.
It looks fantastic.
And my arm's getting tired, so I'm going to switch us back over here. Let me pop us back. We'll shut that off now.
It's still here, though.
It is right here. You just don't get the up close.
Sorry.
No, so I cooked the tater tots. I put the tater tots and the cheese into the air fryer, melted that down. While that was melting down, I had warmed up the ribs, and then we can talk about this. There's a fork. Go ahead and help yourself while I'm talking.
Will do.
So the trick with warming up frozen barbecue It's just like cooking barbecue. The lower and slower you can do it, the better off you are. So the best way, my favorite way, is I've got a sous vide cooker.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Throw it in a sous vide for like 3 hours at 120 degrees and really slowly bring thawed out, warm it up all the way through.
What's a sous vide cooker look like?
It is. We'll see if Haley's home and if she comes running down here with with a sous vide cooker. Basically, it's a tube that's got a heating element inside of it, and it sits down in the water and circulates the water through the heater.
So then do you put it like in a pan?
I've got a big, like, plastic tub.
Not as part of the cooker then. Just
No,
a plastic tub with the...
Yep, and you fill it with water, and then you put your meat in there, and your immersion cooker is another word for a sous vide cooker.
That's awesome.
So, that's the best way to do it. I did these tonight, thawed them just on the counter, and then I put them in the microwave for, I don't know, I think 4 minutes, but I turned the power level on the microwave way down.
Okay.
All while it was still in that vacuum package. And then the ribs were delicious right then and there. The boys came and stole a couple of them, so we didn't get our full half rack like I wanted.
Rude.
But I just realized one thing. There we go.
Oh. Hey everybody, thanks for still commenting.
Wow, we were on the wrong screen there for a minute. But I pulled the bones out and they just slid right out because the ribs were amazing. Chopped them up and then I threw them in a pan, kind of crisped them up a little bit, hit them with some more barbecue sauce and Texas sugar. And then I just tots and cheese, ribs. There's some ranch style beans, which this is embarrassing. There's a piece of the wrapper right there.
Ew.
Right?
I won't tell anybody. Wait. You just told everybody.
I know. This is why we don't have a restaurant. Whoever asked us that last time. Yeah, and then just threw them all together.
That's awesome.
Topped them and...
So if you're like me... Oh, come on, Haley. She couldn't find it. Thanks for trying, Haley. If you're like me and you don't have a sous vide cooker, another thing you can do, and kind of the same thing, is I just take things vacuum packed from the freezer. And I would not do this to heat up meat that you have not cooked yet. But for reheating already cooked meat, you take the vacuum sealed meat or whatever, and I just put it in a pan of water and turn the heat on, and it's the same thing.
It's the exact same thing. It's just where the sous vide cooker excels is if you are cooking a piece of meat that hasn't been cooked.
Yeah, you can still do it.
You can take that to exactly 126.3 degrees, pull it off, sear it, and have a perfect medium rare steak.
That's awesome.
So, and I just kind of made up the 126 or 123.6.
No, that's the perfect temperature. That's the answer to the universe.
You keep talking for a minute. I'm going to eat.
Yeah, do it. Yeah, what other ways? I mean, have you ever just thrown it in the microwave? I just said I'll keep talking, and then I immediately asked you a question. That's my bad, everybody.
Yeah.
That's my bad.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I heated these up.
Yeah.
It was just
that's right.
It's in the microwave. The trick is just pull the power level down.
Yeah, don't hit it full blast. Yeah, for sure. Because then it just cooks it more, and then it's kind of gross. For sure.
Yeah.
Faux shizzle.
I mean, I don't want to brag, but dang, son.
Dude, those are good.
I'm a huge
Dang
tater
good.
tot fan now.
I love this loaded idea, and I feel like you could go a bunch of different ways. Like, this is fantastic. I feel like you could take... I mean, potatoes are pretty neutral. You could do anything with it. You could go any style, any whatever. I love this idea.
Yeah.
Bruh.
I'm just...
You nailed it.
Everyone sit here and be jealous while we eat.
It's pretty awesome. It smells amazing, and it tastes as good as it smells, which is a rare thing.
Let's see. Larry, John, since you travel a lot, have you been able to try different varieties of barbecue? Yes. For work, I've got a field service team for my day job that I try and get out and see them, about once a year.
Mm-hmm.
Going out, I've got a crew in Texas. I've got a crew primarily in North Carolina up the East Coast. I don't have anybody in Memphis.
Did you specifically choose these cruise locations for the barbecue that you could have?
I've been in the role for a year. They've been there for 20 years.
So you just lucked into it then, you're saying?
Yeah.
Nice.
I do have a subcontractor that I use sometimes that's in Nashville, so I'm excited.
Oh, right on.
I need to go see him this year.
I would love to go to Nashville.
So, favorite, they're all so good. I am probably, Texas is my favorite place. I was there towards the end of the year. When was I there? First part of December?
Yeah. Seems like right before Christmas, maybe.
Yeah, and I hit Terry Black's twice while I was there.
And I got pictures, and I was green with jealous rage. So.
Yeah. The beef ribs at Terry Black's are ridiculous. They're so good. So I'm a big fan of those. But then you go to Carolina. There are a few things better than pulled pork with a good vinegar sauce on them.
Yeah, it's definitely different. Like my first time I had that Carolina barbecue sauce, I was like, "Oh, this seems different." But
yeah, and now
it's really good actually.
Now I'm blanking on the name of the spot that I go in.
In Carolina.
Yeah.
Well, you keep looking for it. I also
Sam
made
Jones Barbecue. There
that's
go.
right. You sent me stuff from that. And my boy Pilot, I can't remember. John, I can't remember what your new handle is, and I don't
Pilot
want to
Potty.
offend you. That's what I thought it was, Pilot Potty, but I thought you changed it to something more.
He said he was going
professional.
to. I don't know that he has.
Oh, he just didn't.
I don't. If he does, John. I'm unfollowing.
Yeah, sorry, John. Anyway, he's a pilot, and so he flies all over and tries a bunch of different barbecue, and he, just like John, sends me delicious looking pictures and videos, and I am just sitting behind my desk molding young minds, just green with jealous rage. But it's fine. It's fine. I'm not bitter or anything.
Let me
I will be fine.
Since we have everything set up here, I'm going to find one other account.
Okay.
That maybe I'm going to.
Can you just get Instagram on a computer? I thought it was only mobile.
No, sir. No, I'm not going to be able to find it. I was looking at another account today. I don't think it's this one. Anyways, the first video that was on it had a cowboy cut ribeye in his hand and just
dude,
chomped on it, and it was awesome.
I watched a guy make beef ribs last night, and I can't even remember what it was, but he just had them there. I mean, huge chunk of meat on top, and just leaned down and just devoured like it was disgusting, but in a mad respect kind of way. You know, it's pretty awesome.
Well, do you want to tell the people the exciting thing that happened at the end of last week?
Dude, let's tell the people. We went on a trip in our favorite rocket ship, zooming through the sky. Little Einsteins. No, not really. We went on a trip to the Hat Maker.
The Hat Maker. We have merch.
We're going to make some merch, people.
So
they told us it couldn't be done, and it's getting done.
It's going to be done. Hopefully next week we should have them.
Set turnarounds just a couple weeks, right?
So he has everything that he needs. I followed up with him today to make sure that was all set. So we're doing some hats. They're going to be awesome. They are, let's see if I can remember this. It is a black front, gray rear mesh.
Yeah.
So trucker style cap.
Looks similar to this, different color, obviously, the same style.
Incredibly comfortable. I've got a massive head, and
ditto. These
are adjustable hats that will fit your head. It's a mix between an adjustable and a flex fit hat, which is
I had never heard of these until he brought them out, and I was like, dude,
it's pretty cool.
awesome.
So, black and gray hat with a gray patch with the Fat Guys logo on there. So, very limited quantity on the first run. If they blast off, we will buy many more. But
we don't mean to act like we don't have faith, but we didn't know if anybody was going to buy any.
Hey,
so
I saw the views peak at least 16. So
so we're going to sell these.
Let's just say if everybody bought a hat, some people would be disappointed because they wouldn't get a hat.
Yes, disappointment.
So
good kind of disappointment because we'll probably get more if that's the case.
Yeah, so we're going to go for this very limited first run of hats. We're going to do a special on them. They'll be $20 plus shipping and handling if you're not here locally.
This is a great deal for our OG fans. This is before we just take the world by storm.
Yeah.
So
if they take off, we'll probably do hats for like $25. But we're not looking to become rich and famous on this run of hats. Mm-hmm. So
that's for later.
Yeah, that's for later, everybody. But if you're interested in a hat, drop us a comment. Let me throw our email address here. Ooh, maybe I can't talk and type. Mike, say something.
Fat guys with smokers at gmail.com. That's what I will say.
So,
yeah, hit us up.
Yep. So, hit us there, and we'll.
Yeah, do we just want them to send us an email, and we'll
send us an email, send us a DM. There will be a post about it on Instagram, and we'll just go from there.
Yeah, that sounds great.
So,
sounds great. This is uncharted territory, folks, but we're kind of excited.
Yeah,
we're excited about it.
Demo's Bros.
That's my boys.
AKA, I think it's Whitney.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that's Damon.
That's Damon?
He begged to stay up late.
That's funny. Mine did too.
Yeah.
They're
pretty excited. They're probably more excited than everybody else in the chat right now.
What's the tastiest meat you guys have ever smoked? I know what
so
my
we have
answer
ever
is.
made. You go first because I got to think.
Hands down beef ribs.
Dude, those beef ribs were bomb.
Yeah.
Those were really good.
I mean, these loaded tots are up there, but beef ribs are by far the best thing I've ever eaten.
I would dare say that's a loaded question, Damon, because I like all the stuff that I've made, and there's some things that I think still need a little bit of tweaking. So, I don't know. I would say probably, tri-tip is probably my favorite. I feel like I figured it out. Like, without sounding prideful, my tri-tip is bomb. My brisket game still needs a little work. My rib game is kind of hit and miss. I got the tri-tip figured out, and I really like it. So.
Oh yeah, no, my beef rib game needs a lot of work, but he said tastiest, and that was
for sure.
That was stupid. The other thing, super simple and cheap. I am a big fan of the bone-in pork roast that you can get at Costco.
I don't know if I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's almost like, think of a beef rib roast.
Okay.
But it's pork.
Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen this.
They're like $16 and they're just stupid delicious. Mm-hmm. So, big fan of that. Let's see.
What's something that you really want to try smoking?
Like exotic weird thing that I want to try smoking. I really want to do an alligator.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, I've seen some of those videos. It's an extensive process. And I don't know if I could do it. I think it might trip me out.
I don't know, man. I've done whole pigs. I've been there for like the big like lamb on a cross, in South America. That doesn't bug me.
Interesting.
I feel like if I can go hunt pheasant, clean them, and then come inside and cook them and eat them, I can do anything.
So, yeah, I mean, I eat deer and stuff, so I guess it's about the same. But I don't know, an alligator staring back at me, I feel like I would just... I mean, it's awesome. It looks so cool.
I think
But,
that's an exotic thing. I definitely want to fix my beef rib game. Um, the other thing I want to do is the Thor's hammer. Have you seen those?
we've talked about them, but tell
Yeah,
us
so
about
it's
it.
a beef shank that's been Frenched, so the bone's clean, and it looks like a giant, just like round chunk of meat with this bone sticking straight up out of it. And you get bone marrow, you get the bone, like you get the beef, and it just shreds apart. It looks ridiculous. So
I would probably say I would really like to try buffalo, which I know sounds silly because it's very similar to beef. But my buddy that I work with just got a buffalo. They went hunting and got a buffalo, and he brought me some, and it was delicious. So I would be interested to try that. That's probably my weird exotic one.
did he get a wild buffalo?
Yeah, one
Like,
of those
like
lifetime.
drove out to Antelope Island, and
Yeah, they went down in central Utah somewhere, but yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, they'd been putting in, I mean, I think he had like 40 points or something he'd been putting in forever, but
Jeez.
it was awesome.
Yeah, I've known people that have they've gone to a ranch and
Yeah.
taken a buffalo, and but I've never met anyone that's actually gone and done the live hunt.
Yeah. Pretty wild.
What did I do to my eye?
Did you get delicious stuff in it?
No, I think I got an eyelash in it, but
Oh, that's hot.
I'm gonna suffer through it.
Nice.
Yeah, do you remember Donna Kay?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I certainly do.
No. Oh, let's see. Got a text coming in.
Ooh.
Oh.
The anticipation is.
Oh, you know what? This is not somebody here. Somebody not listening in and asking about a Father's Day gift. So I probably shouldn't answer this on the air.
Oh, yeah, that's probably true.
Although, I guess we can talk about this. This is a Q&A, and the chat is going quiet for a minute.
Yeah.
We'll go no names. The question is they can get a deal on a Traeger through a friend that can get them a discount. And they want to know, would I buy another Traeger? They already have a Traeger currently. They've got a Pro 34.
Okay.
Which I feel like that's what most people have.
Yeah. That's kind of the.
That's what your brother got.
Yeah. Well, he got a 780. But it's the same thing.
780 is the
It's
old
like a
Pro
little bit
34.
longer. Oh, it is? Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, maybe it's the other. The 780 is the new Pro 34.
Oh.
That's what I had. The Century 34. It's just the big long grill. So the question is, would I buy another Traeger or would I buy something else? I'm a huge fan of Traeger. I think it's a quality product. I really like their app and the integration that I get there, that I can check it and control the temperature basically from anywhere. So I would probably buy another Traeger in their shoes, just because it's a platform I know and they're used to it. I would go with an Ironwood 885. That's my favorite grill. You
wouldn't go for the Timberline.
And I haven't looked at the newest Timberline, to be honest. I stopped looking because I realized I would be in trouble if I came home with
I get that.
another pellet grill.
They're spendy for sure.
But the first couple of generations, they, rather than having the grease drain to the side, they tried to have it drain into the middle, and it just caused all sorts of issues with the heat distribution, because now you've essentially got a water pan in the middle of your cooking chamber, which I'm not a big fan of. I like the drain out the side, so I'd go with the Ironwood 885.
Interesting.
That said, I am really excited to find a way to get my hands on one of the new Camp Chefs that has the drawer on it, because you can put chunks of wood. You can put charcoal. You can put
Oh, really?
You can put solid wood, and it pushes it right over the fire pot.
Interesting.
That I think that would be fun to try. I'm not exactly sure how the heat control
Yeah,
ends up
how
working
that
out
would
there.
work. Huh.
But I think it'd be a great way to get more live fire flavor into it. Green Mountain grills are built like a tank. Like they're just heavy, solid grills, and I think they do a great job. I know you like.
I like my Grilla.
Yeah, you like
sure.
your grill. I've heard great things about Z grills. I think we've gotten far enough into the game where everybody makes a really good one.
I was gonna say I feel like a lot of those parts are kind of interchangeable. Like I know some people that have fixed their thing. My boy on here, he fixed his Pit Boss, I think, with like Traeger parts, and so I think a lot of the inner workings and just the basic stuff is interchangeable. Now, I mean, there's a lot of design things and especially when you get into the Wi-Fi and that type of stuff, the control board that I think is proprietary and is not necessarily, it's all the same, whatever. But a lot of the nuts and bolts literally are pretty interchangeable. So
yeah, the form and function's pretty similar.
yeah.
Oh, and then Kelly's on here. They bought a Members Mark, one of the Sam's Club brand ones, and
I've smelt deliciousness many a time coming from the Members Mark. So.
I've never heard Nate say anything bad about his grill.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it smells fantastic.
So all of that to say, the same advice I have been giving since day one about buying a grill is, buy the biggest grill you can afford.
Mm-hmm.
Buy the biggest one within your budget, and you'll probably be happy.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, you don't have to get a Traeger Timberline to make delicious meat. Like, I started on a free drum that my buddy got me from the scrapyard. Like,
and oh my gosh,
it doesn't take much.
My ugly drum, like, Haley's like, you've got thousands of dollars of smokers out here. Why are you in the front yard with $100 worth of scrap metal? I'm like, because it's delicious.
Oh, dude, it's so good. It's fun to use, and it's so good. Yeah, yep. I'm a big fan.
Larry, Antelope Island auctions excess bison. Really?
I did not know that. They auction excess bison every first week of November.
Do they like take the animal for you and you just pay a processing, or do you get like a tag and you get to go out and hunt it?
That's what I'm wondering. If you could just get the meat, like they excess bison meat or excess bison specimens.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like hunting on Antelope Islands, it's almost as easy as like when I go to the pheasant club and they go and they put them and they say there are 6 birds in that plot of grass. And Beans and I go out there like the big wild hunters that we are.
Unless the bison have a boat, I feel like it's not very fair. Also, I love Demeron's idea for a shirt. Yeah. Both of our faces. Hey, howdy, hey.
Hey, howdy, hey.
That was the most hilarious start we have ever had. Oh my gosh.
I just love that it's like, it's almost as good as how we came up with the name for the show.
It's pretty much the same as how we came up with the
howdy,
show.
Hey.
We're just sitting there shooting the breeze, and it was born.
Well, Demeron, if we sell all of the hats, we will move on to T-shirts.
Yeah, or aprons. That would be sick.
A hey, howdy, hey apron.
Yes, I love this. I love where this is going.
All right. Well, I feel like we've hit all the Q&A already. If anyone else has a burning question, get it in the chat quick before we wrap things up.
Yep.
Can we just talk about football for 1 minute? I know it's painful for you.
Yeah. You're going to have to carry the conversation here.
And I won't brag about how rewarding it was to be sitting with my in-laws, all of which are Bills fans.
That would be rewarding. I was kind of hoping for the Bills.
And to have an up and down game, And then out of nowhere for that kick just to hook.
That was
like
wild.
that.
Dude, I'm starting to kind of lean into the conspiracy theorists. So,
Have you there's a video out there that there's like this family like watching the game and they've got a fan by the TV and they turn it
I've
off.
seen that, and they're like, it worked. That's awesome.
But I just love, this is what I love about America, and especially fat guys and the power that we have in the world. Obviously, Travis Kelce was playing in the Chiefs game.
Mm-hmm.
His girlfriend, Taylor Swift, was.
You might have heard of her.
She's just kind of getting popular right now.
Yeah, it's kind of a big deal.
My niece she's like, I'm a Chiefs fan. I was like, are you really? And she's like, well, I really like Taylor Swift and she roots for him. And I was like,
That's not fair, Taylor.
yeah. I was like, all right, Ellie, you can be one. I mean, I've been rooting for Coach Reed for 30 years,
Yeah.
but we'll let you in the club. But can we just say, I have seen more pictures of Jason Kelsey without his shirt on, jumping out of the suite,
I love that, dude.
screaming as his brother scored a touchdown than I have of Taylor Swift.
Yeah, and I love it, and that's the way it should be. That was awesome.
I've always been a big fan of the Kelsey boys. Jason is like,
He's awesome.
my man crush is pretty freaking big.
I saw a bunch of stuff that was like, how come he can do it? And everybody laughs, but when I do it, I get told I need to go home.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah. He gets to jump down. He's picking up little kids and,
Yeah.
taking pictures. I take my shirt off and
Yeah.
Haley
It's not the
doesn't even
same
want to be in the
response,
room.
for sure.
So. All right. Okay. We had a couple of questions come in. Let's see. Larry, sell at auction, you make arrangements to get the animals processed.
That's the buffalo, so.
I'm a big fan of this.
Right on. I have to look into that.
Yep. Demeron, you're right. It is our signature catchphrase, and I'm proud of it.
Yep, for sure. Aprons would be cool.
Kelly, what's your favorite holiday to smoke on? I think we know what mine is.
Yeah.
So go ahead. What's yours?
I gotta say the 4th of July, probably. I'm a big fan of the 4th of July. It's a good time to try different things. Usually I have a little extra time during the summer to try different things, so
Yeah.
big fan.
Summers.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Thanksgiving's definitely mine. It is.
John starts spreadsheeting Thanksgiving in like September.
That's true. I do.
It's awesome.
And I feel like that's still like, I know there's Black Friday, but I feel like Black Friday is separate enough. And
Yeah.
when we went through COVID and everyone's just like, we're closed on Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like it is the last holiday not to be totally destroyed
Yeah.
by capitalism and commercialize.
Yeah.
So,
I support that.
yeah. And Kelly,
Come on, Declan. Listen. The Ravens
I know.
are just the worst.
Yeah.
Just kidding. They're fine. But I would love to see someone beat them.
Even
I'm
Mike
sick of hearing how good they are.
is going to root for the Chiefs in that game.
I am, for sure.
So,
For sure.
alrighty. Well, everyone, I can't tell you how much fun this was.
This went way better than we expected it to go.
Thank you for being in. Thanks for participating with us. Spencer, yes, this is my Buc-ee's mug that I risk my life bringing home because I'm not allowed to bring any more drinking vessels into my home.
Oh, really?
Apparently, we're out of cupboard space. But we will definitely do this again.
Yeah,
So
I think so.
hit us up. Keep the comments coming. If you want a hat, make sure to reach out to us so we can get in touch with you when they come in. Should be sometime next week. And until next time,
I'm Mike.
and I'm John. This is Fat Guys with Smokers. Thanks for listening to the Fat Guys with Smokers podcast. Be sure to check us out on Instagram and Facebook. Leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Be sure to subscribe so you don't forget to tune in for even more nonsense from a couple of Fat Guys with Smokers.
Don't forget to like, subscribe.